Ishavasya Upanishad. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Many times we have a question, what is realization? What is complete realization? Because we think this is what realization is like that and all. Ishavasya Upanishad, sloka number 6 and 7 together gives a complete picture of realization. 6 and 7 together indicates to us what realization is all about. Okay. In fact, Ishavasya Upanishad, the beginning sloka or dhyana sloka itself tells about realization. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. So Purnam Adaha, that is Purna. Purnamidam, this is Purna. So we have a inner world and outer world. The experiencer and experienced. Adaha means that. Okay. Idam means this. Idam means what is visible to us, available to us in form of experience. It is thoughts, feelings, emotions, the world, everything. Adaha means that which is not available to experience. The source of all this. Right? So, Adaha is the consciousness, the Chaitanyam. Idam is the world of experience. The body, mind, intellect, sense organs, feelings, emotions and world. So Ishavasya Upanishad is bridging what is unseen with the seen. There is an unseen aspect of us and seen aspect of us. The unseen aspect is called consciousness or the self in the capital words, or Brahman, all they mean same thing. Okay. And idam means what you see. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. So that this seen comes from that unseen. The unseen gives rise to seen. Okay. So there is a subjective world and an objective world. And there is something beyond subject and object. Subject is me, the object is the world. Okay? When I say me, includes body, mind, intellect, and consciousness, and the world. Beyond me, there is something. How do I know there is beyond me something? In waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, I experience the world, but in all these three states, something continues in me that is beyond me. That is called, we call Sakshi, the witness, okay, the consciousness, Brahman, which is beyond me, beyond this what you call as experience and experienced. So that is Purna. Purna means complete. Purna means full. What is Purna? Something which is not bound by time, something which is not bound by space, something which is not bound by causation, law of cause and effect is Purna. That is Purna, and this is also Purna. Purna also means infinity. So what you experience, the world which you see, is also Purna, infinite. So the space itself is so vast. The astral bodies, the stars, planets, galaxies are infinite. It is Purna. So Purnamadaha Purnamidam. What is beyond my experience and what is in my experience, both are Purna. So now the question comes, are there two Purnas, two completeness, two infinities? there cannot be two infinities. There is only one infinity possible. Okay. The moment say there are two infinities, the concept for infinity itself is in our question mark. What is unseen infinity and what is seen infinity, both are not possible. So then another question comes, okay, this appears to be infinite, but there are so many bodies, living beings, non-living beings, each of them seem to be having a boundary. So can infinity have part? Infinity has no part. Okay? Infinity is partless. There are no boundaries within or without infinity. So how can this be Purna? What you see, the world which you see, how it can be Purna? This is Purna, and Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. When this, from this infinity, the infinity is removed, then what remains is infinity. How can you remove infinity from infinity? Okay, then what you see is available to you as perception. Okay, what is perceived is infinity. There are no two infinities, only one infinity is there, that's perceived, and when it's perceived it appears like this, infinite, vast universe. Because of the perception, there appears to be so many bodies and objects. Really the infinity has no parts, no bodies or objects. There is a superimposition of the objects in the perceived. So what is in the background of perception? It's same infinity, that Adam, which is beyond your senses, okay, is alone behind this seen universe. Means the myself, when I say self, capital letter self, the Brahman, not the individual self, but transcendental self, okay, is the self of this universe also. I cannot see myself, but I am the self, and the self of the universe and myself, my transcendental self, they are one and the same. In reality, I am the self of the universe. I am the self of the universe. When I say self, transcendental self, I as an individual self cannot see my transcendental self, but I know I am the transcendental self. Okay. Similarly, I am the self of the universe. What is seen is a superimposition on the self of the universe in terms of the five elements: Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Prithvi. The space, the wind, the fire, water and earth is superimposed on my self. Okay. So the body and mind and intellect is superimposed on myself, it becomes the individual self. On the same self, my transcendental self, when the space, wind, fire, water and earth is superimposed, it becomes the world or universe. When the body, mind and intellect is superimposed on the transcendental self, it becomes the experiencer. When the five elements are superimposed on the same transcendental self, it becomes the experienced. So, Purnasya Purnam Adaya, remove this superimposition in terms of body, mind and intellect on the transcendental self, and the space, earth, water and fire on the transcendental self. then what remains is transcendental self, which is Purna, which is infinite. It is Purna because there are no competitor for that Purna. There is nobody else. Okay, it is complete in terms of, because it's not bound by time. It is not bound by space also. It is not bound by causation also. There is no cause and effect also. So in that way, the transcendent and immanent, the unseen and seen are one, and that is Brahman, and that is my transcendental self. Okay, so that I am. So this alone gives the Purnatva. Otherwise what will happen? Our experience, we split into experiencer and experienced, the subject and the word object. So this gives a sense of incompleteness. Really, if we inquire, at the deepest level of the entire manifest universe, which includes me, the body-mind complex, there is one self that I call as transcendental self. The transcendental self is Brahman, and Brahman is Purna. And good news is I am Brahman. The bad news is I don't know I am Brahman. So Ishavasya Upanishad, the entire Ishavasya Upanishad is taking towards the wholeness. Now whatever you call as wholeness, okay, all those things, all conceptual level. The reality, I am the whole. I am the self. I am the transcendental self who is transcending the body, mind and intellect, and also the self of the universe which I see. So when I see something, I am seeing myself, my transcendental self. I am not seeing no other. There is no other, nobody else. There is no other. I am seeing my own transcendental self in the form of universe. It is like in your dream, you met your friend. Okay, you met your classmate, and you met a lot of people in the train. Whom did you meet? You met yourself in the form of those people. So in the entire universe, there is nobody other than my transcendental self. I am meeting my transcendental self in everybody. This is the crux of Ishavasya Upanishad. And the transcendental self is called Isha, or the Lord, Bhagwan. So Ishavasya Upanishad is about that. Okay. So now this concept is elaborated in two slokas, sloka number 6 and sloka number 7. Let us understand these slokas.